He's always ball searching, always looking to rake that football out of there, but he's so good at getting his hands on the ball, and he can be disruptive. So forcing incompletions, that is a big part of his game.
Welcome into another edition of the Browns Breakdowns, taking a look at the Browns 2021 draft class in great detail, getting into the film room to dissect these prospects, see what they were in college and how they can help the Browns, and who better to help us do that than the Athletics senior draft analyst Dane Brugler. And Dane, first of all, let's just talk about this class in general. What did you think of what Andrew Berry and company did in the 2021 draft for the Browns?
Well, 2 years now, Andrew Berry, I think, has done a fantastic job in terms of identifying what this team needs to add, both sides of the ball, and then also getting value. That's what the draft's all about, getting value, maximizing each pick. And I think they were able to do that last year. We saw the rookies play well. And then this year, with this upcoming draft class, to get Greg Newsome late in the first round, pretty impressive. To get a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in the second round, it's a really nice job. And I thought they filled it out nicely on day 3. So a lot of exciting players that we get to talk about now and kind of break down and see what they're going to bring to this Browns squad.
And where better to start than with the team's number 1 pick in the first round, 26th overall. And you had it pegged all along. Greg Newsome, the cornerback out of Northwestern, to the Browns. And I remember Paul DePodesta afterwards saying he is scheme agnostic. He can play press. He can play off the ball. He can do it all. Incredibly impressive career at Northwestern, Dane.
That's it. I mean, you want, if you throw on the tape, you can see him play man, can see him play off, zone, man, inside, outside. Because of his athleticism, because of that versatility, you feel comfortable putting him in any situation. And Greg Newsome is a guy, we're not going to have to wait long to see him. Week 1, I bet you he's going to be out there. He's going to have a prominent role. And so he's going to be an instant contributor to this defense.
Well, let's get into the film room and take a look at a cornerback who last year had 10 passes defense and only allowed 10 completions. In fact, he only allowed 1 completion of more than 10 yards in the air. And I think one of the things that's going to jump out at everybody here is his closing speed. And let's get right into the film and take a look here at a play of Greg Newsome's where, again, he will close on the football and break the pass up.
Yeah, what I love about this play here is he's giving himself options. So it allows us to see both the athletic gifts and then the high football IQ. So this is basically an option route for the tight end, the bottom of the formation there. If the sideline is open, he can break off that route, make a catch just past the sticks on an out route. But watch Newsome, he's guarding the sideline. So it takes away that out route. So instead, the tight end, he's going to take that route vertically. And once he does, Newsome, he's watching the backfield, the quarterback. Once he commits to that seam pattern, Newsome, just like you mentioned, Nathan, he hits that closing burst. We can see it here, guarding the sideline. Okay, vertical route, boom, closing burst, covers up the target. And then, I think when we see a lot of corners close on a target like this, they go into overdrive. They make too much contact with the pass catcher. Newsome stays under control, skillfully times his attack, knocks the ball away. And, we can see that 40-inch vertical here with his ability to go up and make a play. So just a really impressive process here for Greg Newsome. Again, you see the eyes, you see the athleticism, and then the finish to knock the ball away.
Hey, tracks that ball very, very well, get the left hand on it and get that PBU and stop what could have been a big play there for Nebraska. As we continue through the Greg Newsome tape here, we'll take a look again. He can cover, but this is also a guy that if he needs to, he can come up and tackle. And in Joe Woods' defense, that's what the corners have to do.
Yeah, and run support, he shows up. I don't know that I would call it necessarily a strength to his game. If you're going to list the strengths of Greg Newsome, I think his coverage ability is going to be above him as a run defender, but it's not a weakness either. I mean, he puts himself in position to get his man on the ground. And, we see a lot of lean muscled corners. They're going to abandon their fundamentals at times because they're just going to throw their bodies around, try to overcompensate. That's not what Newsome does. He is a very good high to low tackler, as we're going to see on this play against Purdue. We can see he's playing zone. He knows he has the flat responsibilities. He passes off the X receiver, then he locates that underneath target and he attacks downhill. Love the technique here because he's playing urgent. But he also at the same time, he knows when to calm his feet. So watch him close on this play, comes downhill, watch the urgency, but then also he knows when to calm his feet, stay under control, he stays centered, and then he runs his feet through contact. A lot of corners, they're going to hug here. They're going to wrestle the ball carrier. They're going to wait until they get some reinforcements to help. Not Newsome here. I really like the way that he runs his feet once he makes contact, wraps, and I mean, it's textbook. Strike, run his feet, drive the receiver into the ground. This is how you coach it, and this is how you want your corners to execute.
And it gives you a lot of comfort if you're Joe Woods that you can leave him out there and he's going to handle somebody in space. There's a 10-yard gap there, and we watch it from the end zone view. Not only does Newsome break down, as you said, calm his feet, drive through, he's also fired up about it. This isn't a guy who's afraid of a little physicality as he drives through the guy from Purdue and then gets up and gives him a little bit of the Hulk Hogan, how you doing, brother? Yeah.
Yeah, you love to see the energy. I mean, this is a lot of corners, they just want to try to get their guy on the ground, and it's just not a big point of emphasis for them. Newsome, he likes to get physical. It's a big part of his game. And again, he doesn't abandon the fundamentals here. He calms his feet. He strikes through his target. He stays centered. So, he's not out of control. And that is a common theme: coverage, run support, staying under control, and finishing, using that technique, trusting his coaching. He does it very well here, getting his man on the ground for really a tackle for loss.
And you think about what Purdue was trying to do right there. You're going to see a lot of that in the AFC North, where you run the receiver deep, try to get somebody underneath in space, whether it's a J.K. Dobbins, whether it's Lamar Jackson rolling out for Baltimore, or a Joe Mixon, or a Najee Harris, or Deontay Johnson, even from the Steelers. This is going to be something he's going to have to do, is come up and tackle on the outside and play in space.
That's it. Playing in space. That is the key, not only in coverage, but like you said, in run support. And you make a great point. In that division, a lot of catch and run opportunities. And so a lot of opportunities for these corners to come up. And you want to be a very reliable high to low tackler. So if you want to play off coverage, you can do that. You want to play zone coverage, you can do that. And I think that Greg Newsome gives you that versatility.
He certainly does. As we continue to roll through Greg Newsome's tape, we've seen him break on the ball, we've seen him come up, we've seen him tackle, and eventually I'm pretty sure we're going to see him get his hands on the football as this is a guy who has great ball skills and is somebody who tracks it well and is always near the receiver. I think that's one of the things that jumps out when you watch his tape. People don't generate a lot of separation against him, Dane.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I'm glad we flagged this play because I think it's a great example of his ability to read the route, trust his instincts, and then find the football. So, at the top of the screen here, the Wisconsin receiver, he's going to give him a little bit of stop and go action as we run the film here. Here's a little stop and go action, but Greg Newsome, great job staying on top of the route here. Hesitates for a half second as he reads the receiver, but he doesn't allow himself to get out of control. He trusts his eyes, and then you see the composed footwork. Keeps his feet underneath him, and he stays in phase, which is really important here. Presses the route outside, and then because of the body position, he's not really in position to elevate and make on a play on the ball before it gets to the receiver. But watch him rake it out here. And look, he's in position, looking for the football, not really in position to make an interception, but he's looking for the football. And we can see from the end zone view even better here how, he's always ball searching, always looking to rake that football out of there, that incomplete pass. Again, didn't have a ton of picks in college, but he's so good at getting his hands on the ball because he knows where the ball is at all times. He doesn't make that contact where he's going to draw the flags, and he can be disruptive. So forcing incompletions, that is a big part of his game.
Yeah, the great footwork there to be able to stay on balance and react to that double move, get back there, as you mentioned, find the ball and get the ball out, forcing the incompletion. He said not a lot of interceptions. Well, we're going to show you one of them here at Northwestern. And again, this comes back to, for my eyes, my amateur eyes, Dane, his ability to close on the football when it is in the air.
Yeah, like we mentioned, only one interception, but this interception was no gimme. This is a really nice play. And I think what this showed to the most is the mirroring skills. So good. There were several steps to this play. So if you start at the top here, first, it starts with the calm feet and press. We showed from depth how he could read. This is him from press. You see the calm feet, and then watch him attack this. He thinks it's a slant route. Okay, he attacks it, and basically he refuses to surrender that inside position. And he's doing what the receiver wants him to do. The receiver is trying to sell that slant before he hits it vertically. In most corners, they're going to be left out of position. They're trying to recover, but not Newsome. He's able to watch him spin his hips here, keep his feet underneath him. Staying in phase, the mirroring skills here, so good, not out of control. He doesn't panic at any point of this play. Trust his body balance, nimble feet. So the first 2 steps are there, and then the transition skills are perfect. The last step here, finish. Watch him look for the ball, find the football, the body positioning. He has every right to this football with how his body is positioned, and he's able to make the interception. So this is the type of finish that you want to see from a corner on the outside there. So many steps to this play. Starts with the calm feet and press, the transition skills to match the receiver, and then find the football, make the interception. This is how you draw it up. This is one of those plays that sold me on Greg Newsome as, okay, this guy is big time to start talking about him as a first-round pick and a future NFL starter.
Yeah, and certainly the Browns hope that comes to fruition for them when they selected him number 26 overall. And if this tape showed you anything, he can play up close and press. He can play off, scheme agnostic, like Paul DePodesta said. Play the zone, track people vertically, come up and hit and tackle and mirror. As I said, not a lot of separation against Greg Newsome, and that always puts a DB in good position to make plays. And I think with this Browns defense, the way it's shaping up, when you have Denzel Ward on one side, you've got now Greg Newsome, Greedy Williams, Troy Hill in the slot. There's not going to be a lot of space for quarterbacks to throw the ball. And with that front now, Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, Takk McKinley, Malik Jackson, they're not going to have a lot of time either. I think there are a lot of opportunities for plays in this secondary, and Greg Newsome showing all the skills that Joe Woods and DB coach Jeff Howard need to be successful for the Browns this season.
No doubt. Look, the number one job of a corner, stay in phase. And that's what he's able to do so often. And that's why we're going to see him pretty early on the field for the Browns, making an impact as a rookie. So it's going to be really exciting to see what he can do early for that defense.
What a great look at Greg Newsome. Dane Brugler breaking it down like only he can. But don't forget, we're going through the entire rookie class here on the Browns Breakdowns. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time taking a look at Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.